Welcome to BookPeek, where every mystery unfolds.
All right, let's dive into one of the most anticipated books of the year, Richard Osman's brand new series, which kicks off with We Solve Murders.
I mean, that's the big question, isn't it? After a global phenomenon like the Thursday Murder Club, how in the world do you follow that up? You can just imagine the pressure.
And really, that pressure is what this whole explainer is about. How do you go about launching a totally new world with brand new characters when millions of fans are so attached to the old one? To understand, let's just remind ourselves how big that old world actually was.
So first up, the Osman phenomenon. To really get the hype around this new book, you have to appreciate the sheer scale of what came before. And honestly, the numbers are just staggering. I mean, just look at this number. Over 5.5 million books sold, and that's just in the UK. That isn't just a bestseller, that's a full-on cultural landmark. It created this huge built-in audience that was just waiting for whatever he did next.
And you can really feel the vibe from that audience in comments like this one. It perfectly captures that feeling, right? A little bit sad to leave the old gang behind, but also genuinely excited for what's new. It's his perfect mix of looking back and looking forward.
So, did the new book deliver? Commercially? Oh yeah. It shot straight to #1 in the UK and debuted at #2 on the New York Times bestseller list. All that hype translated directly into sales. The Richard Osman brand is as strong as ever. Okay, so we know the new series had a ready-made audience, but who are these new characters that they're supposed to fall in love with? Well, let's meet the new team. First up, we've got Amy Wheeler. She's a private security officer, basically a bodyguard for the super rich. She's described as incredibly loyal, super capable, and she kinda hates relaxing. She's someone who always needs to be doing something.
And this line from the book just tells you everything you need to know about her personality. It's so practical, a little self-deprecating, but you can feel that toughness underneath. She knows exactly what she's good at.
Next is Steve Wheeler, who is Amy's father-in-law. Now, he's a retired police officer who wants nothing more than a quiet life in his little English village. His world is his cat, his pub quiz team, and a very, very strict routine. He's very clear he does not solve murders anymore.
And this is just classic Richard Osman. We get to see inside Steve's head through these little dictaphone notes he makes. He's so meticulous, a bit eccentric, and it's that dry humor fans just love. The man catalogs everything, even his failed attempts to pet a neighborhood cat.
And completing our new trio is Rosie D'Antonio. She's Amy's client, a fabulously wealthy, super witty, and kind of mysterious best-selling novelist. Think Jackie Collins. She's the one with the private jet, the endless resources, and all the secrets.
So, you might be wondering, how does this new group stack up against the gang from Cooper's Chase? Well, it's a totally different vibe. Where the Thursday Murder Club were these brilliant amateurs using their life experience to solve crimes, this new team, they're more professional. You've got a bodyguard, an ex-cop, and a client with global connections. The stakes just feel different right from the get-go.
And that professional feel bleeds right into the plot itself. This is not a cozy, quiet village mystery. Nope, we are going globe-trotting, and the stakes are way, way higher.
So here's how it all gets started. An Instagram influencer is found dead on a yacht, and right next to him is a bag stuffed with cash. But get this, he's not the first. 2 others have died in similar ways, and they all seem to be connected to this one shadowy figure, Francois Loubet.
The bad guy's plot is pretty wild. Loubet sets up this fake agency to hire influencers, but he's secretly using them to move money around the world. But when it all starts to go sideways, the plan changes. Frame Amy for everything, and get rid of anyone who knows too much.
Okay, this brings us to a really interesting conversation that's come up with the book's release. Is this a character study that's just disguised as a thriller, or is it a thriller that happens to be driven by amazing characters?
You know, Osman himself has been really open about how he writes. He doesn't start with the crime all figured out. He builds these fascinating characters, throws them into a room together, and just trusts that a compelling story will grow out of how they bounce off each other. But for some critics, that approach has a potential downside. It's an interesting point, right? Osman's background is in TV, where you build a show around personalities you just want to hang out with every week. And for some folks, like in this review from Cannonball Read, that focus on character means the central mystery can feel a little less like a tight whodunit.
Okay, let's finish up with something that is just so much fun. It's a fan theory that has everyone buzzing. What if these two series, The Thursday Murder Club and We Solve Murders, aren't so separate after all?
The question is simple, but wow, is it exciting. Are all these characters we love living in the same world? Could there be a crossover down the line? Well, there's actually some pretty good evidence that points to maybe.
Let's open the evidence file. Exhibit A. In the book's acknowledgments, Osman himself says, quote, "They are all happily living in the same world." Exhibit B. There's a scene in a private club in London where a character sees a woman in her 80s reading a book on the philosophy of grief. Fans are absolutely convinced that's an Elizabeth cameo. And Exhibit C. The two series are set in counties that are only about a 2-hour drive from each other, the perfect distance for a meetup.
And that's the thought I really want to leave you with. With all these little breadcrumbs being deliberately dropped, is it just a matter of time before these two amazing teams cross paths to solve one epic case together? You have to admit, the possibilities are pretty thrilling.
Every book is a doorway to another world. Come, turn the page with us and subscribe to BookPeek.